This is the year that Fink beats the stomach.
Welcome to Fink Beats the Stomach, our bi-weekly take on the world of competitive eating. I am Mike Sullivan.
And I'm James Mondori.
Episode number 85.
It's remarkable when I see these. We could hit 100.
I mean, yes, in theory, numbers keep counting up, and if we keep doing these, we will.
No, that's not a possibility.
Yeah.
Timer.
Oh, we do it every time.
We worked every Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man. But
85.
85. And cheers to what's sure to be a very, very special episode because we have our first video guest.
And I think it all works.
We think it all works. We're going to find out hopefully the live stream works because it wasn't working last time.
Yeah.
So hopefully all this works, specifically our interview. This gentleman has a very special place. Whoa, he's already yelling. Oh, no, or maybe that's us. Technical difficulties here. But this man has a very special place in the heart of the Fink brothers. Our second guest ever on the show. A Finky nominee.
Oh, I was just trying to play
and he is the 11th ranked competitive eater in the world.
according to Major League Eating.
Mr. Steal Your Girl, but not anymore because, sorry, ladies, he's taken. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juan More Rodriguez. Juan, welcome back to Fink Beats the Stomach.
What's up, boys? How are we doing today? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's really good to have you on, Juan. We have to mention right off the gate. Right off the bat. Yes, right off the gate. Our very first interview with you. I don't know where to look at you. There's so many screens.
Yeah, the camera's there.
You, Juan.
He's down here. He's also over here.
Was it the end of the interview or the beginning? We were like, all right, cool, I got my video set up. And we were like, no, we're an audio podcast.
Oh, it was the beginning. It was the beginning.
So we finally did it. We're finally on a video podcast, and it's so good to see your face.
Oh, you're too kind. Stop that right now. No, and it's funny because I remember specifically, I went and got my haircut and lined up, all that shit, and you're like, no, we're just a phone interview. So this time, I didn't go that hard, and that's why I'm wearing the hat.
We needed to talk about the beanie.
Because moved to the Pacific Northwest, and I've seen now 2 videos of you, and you're wearing that black beanie both times.
I've had this for years, but I think, yeah, it comes off very, like, hipster douchey of me, right? You know, being up in the Northwest. Oh, hipsterish. I don't know. Douche and myself are always going, hand in hand.
No, that's
so
swoosh, because you're so smooth.
I like that. Nice recoveries. Good save.
But Juan, how is your life now in the Pacific Northwest? Because obviously you're born and bred, I believe, in Chicago.
Yeah,
when we
exactly.
met you were living out in Vegas.
Local.
Vegas local.
Yeah.
And now you're up, I believe it's in the Seattle area.
Yeah, just outside downtown.
So you're always just outside some major cities in the U.S. But how is it being up over there compared to Vegas, Chicago, or maybe some other places that we don't know that you lived before?
Well, those are the only places. But it's been really great, aside from all the rain, which is always constant. But actually, we had a nice little stretch here in this last week. But it was funny to see a big city like this not be ready for some snow. So they freak out over like 8 inches. The stores are raided. Shelves are just cleared. Yeah. They call it Snowmageddon.
How many
every time. What's that?
How many of those can you have? I feel like every year it's like Snowmageddon.
I don't know. You know how these cities can be. And even I'm sure in Chicago they over-exaggerate sometimes and go crazy, but it was just really funny to see. And well, although the state only has like 11 snowplows in its entirety, so that's sad. But again, they don't get it constant, so I can understand.
Wow, I love you're becoming a real meteorologist. Is that a new hobby you're picking up in the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, it's just like point at the screen, guess, and say, hey, or not, or yes, it's guessing test, and they get paid way too much for that.
Well, because you just want to be able to do this move and point and show those biceps off.
If we look down here,
a short sleeve weatherman is really the one more bite experience.
Yeah, I know. That's what I need. Although a good sweater is, appreciated.
Juan, what about your competitive eating career? How has that changed moving over to the Pacific Northwest? I know you have maybe a roommate that might be motivating you to maybe train a little bit more, compete a little bit more, and maybe do some restaurant challenges. So what's kind of changed competitive eating-wise since moving out?
I mean, the only thing that's changed is being farther away from some of these contests that I would like to do. And the fact that it seems like they just decided to give the West Coast a big middle finger. I mean, oh, you guys want to compete? You're going to have to pay hundreds of dollars to get to the ones you really want to get to. Other than that, it's great having, being with Sarah. And yes, we push each other, motivate each other every day. More challenges, whether we make them up our own that we don't advertise or we don't put out, or the restaurant challenges that you see us post about, or the one we just did for Pie Day at the local restaurant down the street. That was nice. So it's good and bad. Not in bad, but I say unfortunate.
So, Juan, I have a couple follow-up questions as a journalist.
Okay.
Because we're gaining new listeners by the day, obviously.
About a minute.
It's going to triple after the end of this episode.
We're going to get the one more bump by the time we're done. Explain to the listeners what you mean by your motivation with this woman named Sarah. Who is this?
Who is Sarah?
What's happening here?
You mean Unstoppable BAB, Sarah Reinecke?
Oh, top-ranked female competitive eater, Unstoppable
Yeah,
BAB,
yeah,
Sarah
she's
Reinecke.
kind of a big deal, guys. Just saying, she may be an actual rising star. Throwing that out there.
Oh, shade throwing at the nomination committee.
Well, right. Never without some controversy when the thing.
Hey guys, I know it's. You said you left it to the people. I understand, and she's not on Twitter, but that's okay. That's okay. Some people are just very uneducated, and they'll have to learn.
But hold on. Let's get into the controversy of the piggies here. Getting a flustered up here. Even though, I don't even know who's on the nomination committee at this point. But,
Look, I have no sway. This is a out of my hands.
But obviously, you're lucky enough to be dating the top-ranked female competitive eater. You're getting a lot of shine from her credibility. So you're dragging her down a little bit.
Wow.
But the two of you
are
are very active on social media. On not only from a challenge standpoint, obviously the aforementioned Finky Awards where you were nominated for Media Moment of the Year with your In the Buff photo shoot for the Body Issue, the hopes of being in the Body Issue. But what is it? How does competitive eating kind of affect your relationship? It seems like it's something that you guys are really able to bond over outside of obviously meeting through the sport of competitive eating.
Yeah, it's weird. We're definitely not like any other couple that we know. Who? No.
Anyway.
No. We don't go to parties or and raid the buffets and take home all the extra food from contests. We're not that. Okay. Don't put us in the same category.
Well, I just want to go out about the fevers, which I would never speak ill of. But one more bite did. Don't forget it.
Yeah. Remember who we're talking to. I throw a lot of shade at everybody.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
But it is.
I was going to say that it seems like from the video that Mike and I were watching, and I think they're going to be queued up, that it actually has, brought you together and is an essential piece of your relationship. Is that the case, or are you just really good for the cameras? Does the competition drive a wedge, or does it only bring you closer?
It definitely brings us closer. It's, we can say things to each other that may kind of suck, but it's also like that tough love. Like, she said a little something to me the other week, and it really helped light that fire under my ass. So it was well needed, even though I didn't want to hear it, but it was definitely well needed. And we push each other every day, and even if we don't want to necessarily practice or train, whether in the gym or whether for a contest, we try to make sure, even if we don't want to, we do it no matter what. Something's better than nothing, and it's only going to help us in the long run for our goals, whether with Nathan's or just the overall season. So it's really nice. But it's also, we plan our lives around it, which is odd, but I wouldn't change it.
Right. Oh yeah. And we asked a lot of the listeners, and and ended up being a lot of other people in the world of competitive eating any questions they had for you. And Katie Prettyman, another great female competitive eater, wanted to know what was your favorite challenge that whether you or you and Sarah have done since moving to the great state of Washington. So many to choose from, I'm
sure. We've done a handful, so I'd say probably the one we did last Valentine's Day. It was at a place called Sam's Tavern. It's, eat 4 of their burgers off the menu, stacked on top of each other, and then I think a pound or 2 pounds of fries, and then a Bloody Mary with like a mini slider on top.
Amazing. An alcoholic eating challenge.
Yeah, and I hate Bloody Marys. I fucking hate them. They're the worst.
I'm not a fan myself either.
So they were so amazing, like amazing burgers overall, and the fact that we did it on Valentine's Day, I think that's the one that's always going to stick with me and my favorites since I've moved here so far.
Well, I mean, you guys seem to love a thematic challenge.
Yeah.
And, we're recording this on the 19th of March. For the 14th of March, known by some math nerds as Pi Day, 3.14. James, you know any of the numbers better? Oh! This shirt is going to look pretty familiar because you guys did a fun challenge. And we actually have a clip. It's only like about a minute and a half. So,
yeah,
please.
3.14159265. I know.
You practiced. It was going to come up.
Yo, I can't remember anybody who works in my office's name, but I'll never forget 3.14159265.
This reminds me a lot of cheers to that. It reminds me a lot of the Good Will Hunting bit of like Bobby Riggy telling me. He's like, oh, what's his name? Bobby Riggy.
Yeah, I am Good Will Hunting.
Asperkin. No. We're not talking about the Croquetazo.
Oh yeah, we're not there yet.
But I do want to talk about this pie challenge. So why don't we play this video here?
When you see Sarah and Juan here, you don't think competitive eating.
Similar shirt.
But think
go figure.
Because they're about to power through all this pie. Indeed, Sarah Reinecke from Olympia is the 4th-ranked female competitive eater in the world. Juan Rodriguez from Ballard is ranked number 9, but his real claim to fame is he is Sarah's boyfriend. And they are ready to go.
Yeah, that's so shady. He's trying to pick up
mouth to mouth. They're each going to eat 13
He learned his lesson afterwards.
Pie that Pie Bar has to
also, this guy.
Here we go. Natalie, the pie maker extraordinaire. You ready?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Great music.
I was going to say the music.
Did you put this in, or is this the reason they actually?
No, this is part of.
I don't remember that music.
So Juan, you're a boy and girlfriend. Do you guys do this at home?
All the time.
Yo, you crushed it. You answered that perfectly.
9 pounds of pie each.
So how did they bust those people in?
What, the people there, or the? Well, most of them are employees and family and friends, and then some of the members from the studio I work at came. So that was fun.
Boom, crush.
He almost beat me by this much.
You were right there.
Man,
Sarah's got a great shirt too.
Yeah, pie till I die.
Are they both from
Best Pie?
Miss
I
Pie?
like pie.
Oh yeah.
The shirts?
Tomorrow.
No, we got them off Amazon.
That's a pie.
Amazon has everything. Amazon is the Walmart of the internet. It's like, it has everything.
Amazon is Walmart of the internet. You're absolutely right.
Hamming it up for the camera.
Oh, and then the Comic-Con. Don't get me started with that traffic. That shit was annoying. Sorry, but that's a whole other subject.
So Juan, so you and Sarah were competing against each other in this pie challenge?
Initially, it was just supposed to like we go in, we eat all the pie, let's have fun. But then they wanted to turn it into a head-to-head. So we said, all right.
It doesn't seem like either of you would ever shy away from one.
No, of course not. We always. I think even when we're just casually eating, I can see the look in her eye, and then I was like, all right, cool, we're gonna see who can actually, it's fun. It's it's like the game I used to play with my siblings when I was a child, but now I'm doing it at 36 years old. Huh.
Don't age yourself, Juan. It's fine. You don't get to day over 20.
But so Juan, I don't know because I was obviously not paying attention and talking over this video.
It's okay.
You always gotta first rule of competitive eating, always shout out the sponsor. That's my rule book.
Oh yeah.
Actually, first rule is always have an EMT.
Oh.
Number one, safety first.
Was there an EMT, Juan?
Yeah.
Lie if there wasn't.
Yes.
Second rule is always pick up sponsors. So where was this? What type of pies were you eating? How delicious were they?
Honest to God, this is not even me hamming it up, but this is the best pie I've ever eaten. And it's at a place called Pie Bar in Ballard, Washington, which is literally a 10-minute walk from our house, so it's amazing. They serve boozy cocktails that pair with the pie. They have 11 sweet pies on the menu, but the 11th is like a option. They could do they have the peanut butter and then they turn it into a peanut butter and jelly. It's not if you want. And then they have 3 savory, which is a steak pot pie, chicken pot pie, and then a turkey, which tasted like Thanksgiving, and it was so good. They're all pretty hefty sizes too.
Are you a sweet pie man or a savory pie man?
Oh, sweet all day. Come on, man. I competed in a pie eating contest 2 weeks post groin surgery. What do you think? I love sweet pies.
Well, I know you just love competition.
That too.
They could have been snakes you would have eaten it if someone was gonna.
Snake?
Yeah, I don't.
Something gross. I don't know.
Cockroaches would have been a better one, but I still wouldn't eat that.
Oh, you host 185 episodes of a podcast, Juan. Sometimes I just swing at it, right?
No, we're at 100.
By the way, 85 and 85 Bears, Chicago reference, one more bite. It all comes together. This is amazing.
As if we planned it. As if we planned it.
Kid gets better at math when he starts boozing.
Yep.
But obviously, Juan, we were talking a lot about your relationship. I do want to talk about the photo shoot. Last time you were on the show, I believe it was for a spotlight for the Road to Coney 2018. Yabba-do. That sound effect is not working just yet. You were on with Sophia DeVita talking about the Iowa qualifier and so on.
It was also a great episode.
It was a good one.
Not because you're on one. I love that.
That was a good one. I listened to it last week in preparation for this interview. I'm a journalist. But so you did talk about the photo shoot, but for the listeners, the viewers who aren't aware, tell us a little bit about this photo shoot that you guys did and kind of how it came about and what really the purpose was.
Okay, so yeah, it would have been a year and a half ago now. Sarah and I had this great idea. I came up with it prior to meeting her, but it just worked out that she was totally in. And we're all familiar with, if you're not, ESPN, the magazine does their body issue where they take the athletes, they put them in the buff, in their element, naked, but obviously covered up tastefully. And so I figured, why not a competitive eater? Sure. We have Major League Eating has a great relationship with ESPN. Thought maybe it could help get us in the door. And she was in on it. We knew 2 is better than 1. Sure. And so we set up this photo shoot with a friend of hers. And we just went to a local CrossFit studio and ripped our clothes off and had a bunch of food cover us up. And as much as our brethren hate seeing it, I don't care. It is absolutely without a question is the media moment of the year. It probably pissed off more people than some miscount on a 4th of July. That only pissed off one dude, and that's Carmen.
And Ken Hoffman, if you listen to our interview. So 2 people.
Who? Exactly. I don't care about that guy. Whatever. We thought at least it would get us eyes on our sport as well as us in general. Because obviously there are more competitors that probably could be featured. Sure. Do they have the cojones like Sarah and I? No, absolutely not. No, none of them. And I understand that's not their thing, but I have no problem shaking my ass and showing my ass. So we pitched it. We got all the contacts at ESPN. We shouted out to them. Didn't get any bites. And then about, I think, a month prior to the 4th, we got a call from headquarters that says Men's Health wanted to feature us. And so it worked. And we got something out of it. It was nice to get that little love and have some more eyes on us and on the sport.
And Juan, the article was sweet, actually, the way they talked about you guys. And of course, the 2 of you are just delightful together. I have one specific question. I'll have many, but I wanted to ask you. What's the 99 tattoo?
Oh, okay. So if you look above it, it says BCSMO. If you zoom in, it's that's for my mother. She's a breast cancer survivor.
Amazing.
And so behind it is a pink ribbon, and she has. Oh God, okay, are they there? Kind of froze.
No. Whoop. Can you see us?
Oh, yeah, I can see you.
We're live.
All right. So she has that on the back of a Chicago Blackhawks sweater. You know, she has BCS for breast cancer survivor, and then Mo for short for Maureen. So I got that on my shoulder, and then on top of it are some aunts, an aunt and two uncles that passed away from cancer in our family. So it was the start of a sleeve, which got really delayed, and I want to have this whole arm just covered for my family.
Well, it's really nice that, I truthfully, I did not know that was going to be that great an answer. I thought you were going to be like a huge Wayne Gretzky fan as a kid or something. Which would have been sacrilege, of course, because you got the Blackhawks sweater. But so nice, one, that you get to do what you love with someone you love, and then also that in part of showing yourself, you get to actually show a really important part of yourself. I'm really glad that photo came out so well.
Well, thank you. As much as she hated them, but at least she got some love out of it too. And it was always fun. I'd be at pool parties when I was living in Vegas, and they'd be like, well, people like to make fun of having pink as part of my tattoo. And then when I tell them what it's for, oh, I feel so bad. Let me buy you a drink. No, buy me a bucket. That's what you're doing. Not just a drink. You dick.
That's the most Vegas thing I've ever heard. Yeah. Somebody like, oh, you got a pink tattoo? Oh, you got a pink tattoo? And you're at a pool party while this is happening. Of course. As if they only happen in Vegas. So yes, again, Juan and Sarah are nominated. Even maybe they feel they should have nominated for other categories. They are nominated for Media Moment of the Year for the 4th Finky Awards, which is happening on April 13th at Flannery's Bar. On 14th.
Just one more time.
Flannery's Bar.
What day?
April 13th.
What year?
2019.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Saturday. We hope to see everyone out there, and please vote. Juan and Sarah, I mean, you can look at this photo.
Look at that media.
And I will say, we try to be as impartial as possible, but this caused a lot of buzz, especially in the competitive viewing world. One could argue outside of it as well, but definitely in the competitive viewing world, a lot of people were talking about this. A lot of people were getting flack for whether they retweeted it or didn't retweet it.
Yeah, so weird.
Which might have been discussed in our last podcast. But no, it was definitely
begrudgingly. I know. I heard James's response last time.
Yeah, see,
you're grinning, all right.
I can't put that smut on my personal Twitter page.
For all 40 followers, it's calm down.
No, this is James talking about his personal page, not Think Pizza Stomach.
That's right. I have 41 followers on my personal page. Only 20 of them are bots.
Now, not only 2019, obviously at the Finkies we're celebrating the year of 2018, but we're a little bit late for the Finkies this year. 2019 year of competitive meetings are already underway. Juan, no, not yet, but Juan, I want to know, what are your plans for 2019? Any, in terms of competitive meetings? You can talk about your life, but
wait, you're talking about what?
What are you planning?
Eating-wise, honestly, I don't know. Other than the qualifier in May out in Denver, which I hope one stupid mother lover comes all the way out there. We'll get to that. The qualifier, the finals, Gyoza for sure.
I need those pots.
Yeah.
We got to talk about this one. So you said that no one wants to come out to the West Coast for these qualifiers, but if I remember correctly, there is now a West Coast qualifier in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
So, Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Sorry. So many saints out there.
Do you take any credit for pulling competitive eating west?
Man, I would really love to think so, but I highly doubt it. I haven't received any emails yet this year saying, please don't tweet this or please don't say that. Take your naked ass off the internet, please.
I like to think that your politicking for West Coast competitive eating has something to do with that being added.
Maybe. I mean, it could not have been. That could have been in the works, and they just wanted to keep it hush-hush, and it just comes off that way. But, I mean, sure, yes, I take all the credit.
Well, I did it.
All right. You're welcome.
But you're already heading to Denver, which, how far of a trip is that for you?
Not far. We actually got really good deals. I think it's miles-wise, probably like 1,700 miles. But we whatever. We already booked our flights. We got good deals, and it's too late. it's either just have a credit for a flight and then go to Santa Cruz, or Santa Cruz could just be our backup. But I also know that's easy for Hendry, so that's his. He can take it. What's that?
Steve Hendry loves a West Coast qualifier.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere, and so that's perfect. That's in his backyard.
And also, I mean, there are worse places to go than Denver. It's not like it's in Bozeman, Montana. That's not a bad city to spend a couple of days or so.
Yeah, or Thackerville, Oklahoma, like I had to my first year. That city's a joke.
Right.
Oh, sorry, did I go too far there? No.
I don't even know where that is. You can say whatever you want to.
Do we have fans in Thackerville?
No.
Tweet at us at FBT.
No, it's just outside Oklahoma City. But my first year when I was already down 2 strikes, and I went there, and it was not the best qualifier. Just so, I mean, it can't be any worst case. I get a free ticket to a baseball game, and I have family and friends out there. So there you go.
Yeah, so it's May 11th, the Denver qualifier. It's before a Colorado Rockies game. So yourself and Sarah are calling for that. It'll be interesting to see who else is going to go out there. I'll challenge them. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We're gonna get it.
You guys are getting cocky, so we'll see.
Getting.
Yeah.
When you do this for so long, you can get cocky for certain things, or in my case, I get cocky with a lot of things. So.
Which is one of my favorite things about you, Juan.
Thanks. Nothing ever changes.
So besides that and Gyoza, and obviously July 4th, should you qualify, nothing really else on
Yeah.
the radar?
We're hoping to make it back to Ottumwa for Canteen, but things are may not be going the way we were hoping, but we'll see. I want to say yes. Whatever, and if Tacos is back on the West Coast, we'll probably make our way down there. Other than that, I'm not shelling out money to go all the way to the East Coast or some contest I'm probably not really fond of just to do one. I'm past that point. Those were like my first several years. Like what Matt Hazard is doing, and I don't have no disrespect to that guy, but he's doing exactly. I did the same thing my first couple years. I went to so many, and that's the way to do it. Get your experience. That's great, but I'm not doing that much. I mean, maybe 4 or 5 at the moment this year. So.
And I guess
we'll see.
I think that's an interesting point before we move on. Where is that tipping point? Because I've never thought about it, but you're 100% correct. There's always a divide between newer eaters who tend to be the road warriors, they're super excited about the circuit, they'll fly out. And then there's obviously people fall off, and then there's a tipping point.
Oh.
See what I did there?
I'm glad we're tipping point.
I wish we had like an Amazon affiliate where you'd be like, oh, buy the book. I'll hit but there tends to be a tipping point where eaters either fall off and say, you know, that was a funny thing that I did, or keep going but are much more selective. What was that tipping point for you, Juan, where you said, you know what, I need to be more selective, I'll go to the ones I want to. What shifted?
Obviously, the competition, let's be real. Since the last 3-4 years, how everyone's improving at an insane rate. I love competition, but I'm also smart. Let's get real. If my probability is on the lower end of walking out with money, or at least breaking even, I'm probably gonna just say I'll sit back and watch it live on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I mean, or if a sponsor is willing to put us up, bring us out. That's not just, Nathan's or Hooters. I'm not going to name names, but it happened several times over in the first couple of years I was competing. So, yeah, it made it easier to go to these contests. And now they're no longer on the circuit, so sorry.
So
I'm not sorry.
Have you felt like the challenges sort of filled that hole? And because obviously you're a competitor, you love the sport, you love to compete, you love to compete. Like, do you feel like the challenges are sort of filling that for you, or is it really not the same?
When you say, you mean like the restaurant challenges are filling that? Okay, I thought you meant like challenges as in other competition. No. Yes and no. It's nice to go do that every now and then. Where like my roots, like I'm not I don't remember how many wins I have. Maybe it's not as much as Randy or Derek or any of those other guys, but I started off just like that too, and it's always nice to go back and smash a challenge and be like, oh, this is what it feels like. When you don't have 10 minutes, you can do it in 30 minutes. I could sit back and just enjoy all that food and talk shit to the patrons. Like when we did that burger, the one that I put live on Instagram with Sarah and Katie. It's in a casino. They put us up on a stage, and it's lunchtime, so there's 20, 30 people, 20 probably most, maybe, I don't remember. But one gentleman in particular, he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like in his 70s. He's like, "What are you doing this for?" And they're like, "Pride." And as we're eating, and he's like, "Well, that's silly." He's like, "I saw a small Asian woman eat 70 some hot dogs at halftime of a Sixers game." And I was like, "Bold-faced lie. No, you didn't. You're full of shit." Like, sorry if I'm yelling and it's hurting your ears, but little things like that where I can start bantering. I love that.
Right.
Whatever. It's what I always do. I can't do that in a contest. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. That's why I keep my headphones on.
People's anti-hero, I would say.
Whoa, live long enough to see yourself become a villain. One more bite.
Yeah, it's like Deadpool. Like people love me, but they hate me.
You guys like that.
Oh, he doesn't. You're not a nerd. You're not a comic nerd.
You ain't no nerd. I thought you were.
No.
But that is a good segue because Juan, you do love talking smack, and there has been no shortage of that coming from you as of late. And it's a great segue to our next topic, which is the World Croqueta Eating Championship, El Croquetazo, which took place at Caliocho, sponsored by Catalina Foods.
Now, you speak Spanish. What does that mean?
Okay.
Let's keep moving.
To set the stage before we get too ahead of ourselves and then get us into the Miami Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide mood, someone posted a very interesting video about the content. Like, I really don't know how
Will
Smith. Yeah. Well, why don't we check this out?
Oh my God.
Reign supreme, but the loyalty is tu cafecito. In support of the hunt for Tremenda Panza, the Kiwanis Club of Little Havana and Catalina Finer Foods presents El Croquetazo.
Oh my God, this is amazing. This is so good.
The vegetarian stairs.
A mí no me compare que yo tengo para comprar la competencia. Yo firmo el movimiento entero con su
That video. I love it. Like, that video is what I love about competitive eating. It's just weird things like that. So, El Croquetazo occurred the third year this contest happened. It happened at a block party, street fair, music festival down in an area of Miami called Caliocho. It's a real place that Pitbull is talking about. 8th Street. Little Havana. Ocho. No Spanish. Sam Barclay, the MC, in his prime, because as a Miami resident himself, he likes to pepper in a little bit of Spanish, but has a other MC with him on stage that translates a lot of what he's saying. There were a lot of funny bits between the two of them, but jumping right into it, because
Are you getting a bunch of feedback on the mic? We gotta hold back on hearing, or just me?
I mean, I hear myself probably a little more noticeable now.
Juan, how are you hearing us? Because I want
just fine. I hear you guys great.
So you know what, Mike? Let's do it live.
We're doing it live. So just to jump right into the results, because I think that's always the best way to do it. Joey Jaws Chestnut
Never heard of him.
won the contest for the first time. He's the number one ranked competitor in the world.
Well, according to me.
Yeah, sounds like a big deal.
Some people say. some people say. Joey won the contest for the first time. First time competing. A lot of controversy last year, if you remember, where he flew down to Miami and then reported morning of the contest that he was feeling sick.
I've heard that before. Yeah, exactly.
Didn't compete. I might be wrong about him being in Miami, but
his medicine was Joey juice.
So he didn't compete, and Esper won the contest last year. This year, Esper was supposed to compete, got the flu,
which is definitely legitimate.
Seems legit. That guy doesn't lie.
Way more reasonable.
And then he didn't compete. Joey won, setting a new world record, 185 Catalina Croquetas in 8 minutes.
Insane.
It is pretty insane. Now, Juan, you're a competitor, you're an expert, you've eaten alongside Joey. How insane is 185 croquetas in 8 minutes?
I can only imagine. Like, if that's one of those moments where if you lose focus and you actually like glance at his plates, that you may just be in awe and be like, son of a bitch. Like, you realize how far you're behind. Because from what I heard, those things are like eating mozzarella sticks, and that can't be easy at all. I know they were like a ham or pork croqueta, ham. But from everyone I've talked to, they said they were really difficult to eat. But so that even makes it even more impressive to eat 185 of those things. I'm sure his mouth hated him the next day.
I can't imagine.
Mike, you had a couple yourself. Is this true?
I did.
Not according to Mike. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Photographic evidence that I did. I actually happened to be down in Florida and I tried my hand at 2 croquetas in a pretty short amount of time. I mean, it took a little bit to get the right angle.
Let's really put this Joey thing into even more perspective. Thanks to Mike's hand sheets. Thanks again for the run sheets. That's what's keeping us going. So Joey had 185. Darren Breed, who has proven himself a formidable opponent, had 100. So 45 croquetas between the two of them. That type of margin is really showing how much Joey crushes this contest. And that's probably where we get to one, and like, there's just no comparison.
Right now, there's not. But again, it also comes down to certain foods. You know, like, obviously right now he's hands down runaway hot dog champion, probably will until he decides to walk away. The one guy that we thought could do it, unfortunately did, and maybe that'll change. Maybe Esper and Darren will show us something insane this year, but only time will tell. And that's why I was kind of bummed out to see that Esper didn't make it or make it down. Weather flew, I bet it would have been a lot closer. He might have been in between, or hell, he might have even eaten 194. Who knows? This could have just been that one contest where Joey's edged out. We'll never know until next year.
Yeah, I mean, Rivalry of the Year nominee for Think Award, Esper and Joey, again, April 13th, finals bar. But Joey and Esper were back and forth at a lot of contests. I don't remember the final tally between the two of them. I know Joey just edged them out by maybe a contest or two. But it would have been interesting seeing Darren. Darren's beaten Joey before. He beat him at Cheese Curds. He has it in him, and we reached out to Darren, and we did get a quote from him, about Joey. He said, I could tell that Joey brought his A game with him before the contest started. He must have been hungry and focused. He knew that it was going to be a tough contest for everyone else at the table. 45 croquetas, which was the gap between himself and Joey. It's a huge gap, in my opinion. He definitely put on a dominant showing. I appreciate Darren, being honest about his performance, but I mean, 140 croquetas for Darren, nothing to sneeze at. But you look at the two of them, there's a gap there. Another gap between Darren and Matt Hazard with 108. I was pretty surprised and impressed by
that kid, man.
So this is when I actually, again, thanks to Mike on the sheet, Matt Hungry Hazard is ranked number 21 according to Major League Eating. That's gotta start finding its way north. with Sean.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think after the Nathan's, no matter where he places, I guarantee he gets bumped up. That kid is vastly improving. It's insane. So, but I saw that in him when we went head to head in Des Moines, I think 2 years ago. It's like, this kid's got that fire. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on him. So he's just one of the list of many that, like the gatekeeper, like they have to get past me to start getting in the top 10. So it's okay. That's and I plan on keeping that spot. And I just got to get inch further and further, which, by the way, I should be technically 10. Carmen retires. By default, everyone moves up a spot, right?
Well, so the tome hasn't been delivered from on high yet. But I believe that the rankings somewhere in the ether have you 10.
Yeah, the company's just in denial that he's gone. That's all it is. They want him to come back.
That must be it. Carmen
was like when
champion as well of Croquetazo.
Oh yeah, for the former champion, right? So not anymore.
858 back in 2017. But Juan, you mentioned being the gatekeeper, and that was something that we talked about in our last episode with Nasty and Moose kind of being the local Texas eaters, and Juan Niave breaking through them and being now the top-ranked Texas eater. Juan, obviously you as a ranked 11 in the world according to Major League Eating. You've been higher than that in the past as well.
And actually, you sit on top of the Rocky Mountains and hold the Northwest.
That's right.
So how do you feel seeing these younger eaters come in and come through? Do you welcome that competition? Do you like seeing those newcomers come up? Or are you one of those crotchety old men that's saying, back on,
Oh, no, I'll never do that. I'll never be that crotchety old man. I'm just going to be that shithead. It's like, yeah, I love seeing it, but I'm also going to make sure you know where you stand. And I'm going to, like last year, I remember going into the finals last year and just like, I eyeballed Cheeger, I eyeballed Nick, I eyeballed all those new faces. Like, I just got to beat these guys. Like, I want to improve myself overall, yes, but I got to beat these guys. I got to so that way I know I'm not completely falling off. So, and now it's Hazard's really making a run, and I'm sure Derek's gonna have a great qualifier. Like all these newbies it's great, and it just keeps me really pushing harder and harder. Like if it was just the same set of guys over and over for like 5 year span, it might be a little harder. So that's why I like having people improving, fresh faces, except for one with a rat nest on his face.
Well, that's exactly where we're going. I mean, you're being fuzzy on this episode, but you weren't so fuzzy while talking about the other fuzzy one, were you?
This guy, he's just another one in a long line of those people from over the pond that want to come over and try their hand in this and get smoked. Sure, he did great in that contest. I don't see it translating to hot dogs whatsoever.
Well, so we're talking about Adam
Morgan.
That son of a bitch, Pierce.
Pierce, you mother. We're talking about Adam Beard Meets Food Moran, who Major League Eating is calling the top ranked competitive eater in the UK, even though he is not part of the Major League Eating rankings.
And he's not faced off against Leah Shipkeeper.
Well, Leah Shipkeeper has beaten him at the Highway 55.
It's as if they negated any other contest he did up until they've only watched his YouTube channel and him competing that other like world whatever. What's the one thing he did with like Eric Lampkin was on Team USA with Molly and Bob Shaw?
Battle of the Big Eaters.
Yeah. That's like they know of that, and that's it. And even then, I don't think he really did that great.
But wasn't Leah part of that team too?
Yeah, and I'm sure she carried it, if I remember correctly. Shocking.
Beard. Us as journalists, Beard is a multiple-time Finky Award winner.
That's true.
He has, I believe, over 500,000 YouTube subscribers. He's an impressive YouTube follower.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying discrediting him. He is a YouTube eater. He is not a competitive eater. There's a fucking difference.
So Juan, before we really just lay this hate on, what is the difference between a YouTube eater and a competitive eater?
Well, and actually, hold on. I do want to set the stage with Juan. You had a visceral tweet sent the way at Beard.
Shots fired.
I want to show it. You said when commenting on, I believe Major League Eating announced that he was going to be there, and you said, and I quote, "He's gonna get murdered maybe he beats 1 or 2 ranked eaters, parentheses, and that's a stretch. Yikes. Hashtag what a debut. And then Beard
and I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Beard fired back says, I hope your eating is better than your banter. Otherwise, I'll put you in a fucking box, mate. Cry face emoji, bearded gentleman emoji, British flag emoji.
Bearded gentleman. Yeah, more like bearded fucking bum. But am I horribly? Hold on, let's look at the totals, right? Okay, am I wrong? He beat Cheeger and Badlands. That's 2, right? So I wasn't wrong.
Well, technically, Darian Thomas from Canada is a ranked major league eater.
Who?
Katie Prinneman.
Oh, come on.
Let's bad word about Katie on the show. I dare.
I'm not saying that word, but come on. Like,
she's a ranked eater. Ranked eater.
According to Major League Eating.
Look,
okay.
The quote says 1 or 2.
Okay, maybe I should have been specific. Like I said, male eaters. Whatever. Sure. It was, you know what? It actually was. And to be honest, this is business. You're coming into my, just like with any new face, I don't take kind to it. And if he wants to waste his money and come over to the United States and compete with big boys, sure, let's do this. Let's play. Because then my follow-up question is, not a follow-up question, maybe he's getting paid to come out here, or they're flying him out. But that's just waste of everybody's money in the long run. That's fine.
Did, and what if they didn't? He lost a whole bunch of money because he came in 4th behind Hungry Hazard with a purse of $250, finishing with 101. I don't know any round trip UK is
not $250.
Yeah. So, I'm sure he's a wonderful guy. And by the end of this, we may be doing shots. Who knows? But I have no intentions. I want to just murder this guy at the table. And show him that it was wasting his time. Stay home, stay over there. It's okay. Do your thing. You're doing great. Because if you're going to continue to compete with the Major League Eating, my question is, how much of a cut is the company getting of your YouTube money? That's my follow-up question. Because I know they get cuts of certain people's YouTube channels. I know these things, and so don't. So. Is it worth it to you to come compete to lose that money that they're going to take from you?
So. Hearsay.
No, hearsay, bro. This shit's real talk.
Well, Juan, I want to actually, you know what? Because Juan, you need to pull that out. Pull that out a little bit. No. I do want to ask you, James.
What do you got?
I mean, is it exciting as a fan to see international eaters? They do call Nathan. Beard has been talking that he is planning to go to a qualifier. And Nathan's qualifier remains to be seen.
Which I'll be way more excited for.
Let's assume he does.
Sure.
Let's assume he's competing in a major league eating contest. Sure. We have Darian Thomas, who's Canadian, because with Meredith Boxberger retiring.
I won't ruin your floor, but I want to pour a little bit out for.
Aww.
We don't have any resident Canadians, but Max Suzuki has gone on YouTube, and apparently in Twitter translation, and it kind of seems like he said,
"Are you yourself Twitter translating this?"
Well, there's a button on the tweet that you can click. It says translate tweet.
Got it.
And then it just reads very funny.
Yeah, Mike is OJ.
Oh dear.
I was going to say I wish, but I didn't.
I think I bet he goes to Vegas. I bet your Max goes to Vegas again.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
So that's really what gets to the bottom of it for me. Is I'd love to see Max in Vegas. I'd love to see Nella come back. I'd love to see Beard come, because a one-off contest in Miami where a one more bite can't come and put his money where his mouth is. There's no one any good. So until we see Beard at the fourth, until we see Max Suzuki at the fourth, until we see Nella, until we see Darian, any of these people at the fourth, it feels like an exhibition spectacle more so than put up or shut up, which I know JMB is going to hold Beard to, and I know Beard wants to see. He wants to be able to back it up as well. So until
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
It's exhibition and not real competition to me.
Yeah.
And Juan, for you, is it the I don't know what the right word is used, because animosity is not the right word. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't feel at least that you're coming from a place of anger or dislike. It's a spirit. I really see it as a spirit of competition.
Yeah, exactly. It's firing me up again. It gives me another reason to, go chug 2.5 gallons of fucking water every morning.
But for you, does it motivate you more having someone come from another country, flying in, putting, as Beard put it, invading Major League Eating, or does it motivate you more that he's someone who seems to have a pretty good competitive eating ability? Like which one is it really that drives you more?
All of it. That he thinks he can come over here when he can't even conquer his own country and try to, run amok on us when, not just myself, dude, there's a handful of guys in here that are going to give him a beat down, but they may also be sucking at the YouTube tit and just be in such a fanboy mode. I don't know, gives me the reason, man. Gives me, that's all I give a shit about. Obviously, improving my own personal best, but on top of owning my own ground. I've learned it along the way, and yes, I talk a lot of shit, but I just gotta put up or shut up at this point again. So
now, Juan, you obviously earn your spot against the best of the best in your country, which we share and which Nathan runs out of. Thank you, Brooklyn.
I was gonna say, James, you better run.
They know what we've done. But would you want to see a UK qualifier? Would you want to see Leah? And
no, that was I think that's
leaves the UK. It's a tiny island. They only deserve one. Multiple come, one leaves.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Cool. You used to do that. A couple years back in 2010 or 11, they did Japan or Tokyo. They did one out there. That's how those three gentlemen got in, and then they just I don't know what they ate 11 the day of the 4th or something like that. But yeah, why not? Let's expand. If you really want that, why have these people waste that money to come here, win the qualifier? I feel like that's. But again, it all comes down to money. On their end, money. Right. They can't work out a deal with a Nathan's overseas or a sponsor overseas. They're not going to do it if it doesn't make sense. So I get it.
I think one, Beard needs to be his fellow country person in Leah before he can be considered the best eater in the country.
Absolutely.
Which we've talked about Leah on the show. Nothing but respect for Ms. Shakiver.
Oh no, we froze again.
One of them's got to be the supreme eater in the UK before we can respect them as the representative of the international, the European eaters.
Yeah. It remains to be seen. It is cool. As we've been covering sport of competitive eating for a few years now, and I remember when Beard first started gaining notoriety, and to see him now cross over, because Juan, you're right, from a YouTube standpoint, he's definitely a YouTube challenge eater. And then coming over and seeing him at a table next to Joey, next to Hazard, next to Darren, is pretty cool to see. Yeah, I do want to get back to the Croquetazo contest as well.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey, it's an interesting conversation.
It's my Italian, and once I just start talking, it gets out of control.
Trying to talk to two boys from Long Island, like we don't have some Italian?
Good.
His last name ends with a vowel, so. So you can see Beard on the screen there. Also Matt Hazard, and big shouts to Matt Hazard. He gave me the exclusive video. This is this unposted Matt Hazard video. His graphic game is off the chain.
He looks like skinny Gronk.
He looks better.
Now that is a good comparison.
Yeah, he's way more handsome.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
More charisma, I'd say.
He's also way more innocent than Gronk.
Oh, and Kate also notes that Gronk doesn't have Tom.
Matt Hazard's best person.
Do you think Tom's way more like Bill Belichick?
Tom's Belichick. Hazard is the Gronk. Both the best at what they do.
All right, Kate is not liking Belichick Tom card.
We're gonna start our football podcast.
We can start that next week, guys.
Yeah, see you next week for that.
After our wrestling podcast, which we also have to start.
Well, right after this.
And another thing I don't know anything about, I'm going to skip those. Kate and I will have tea down.
No, you're out. That one's just Mike and I.
It's going to be a Deadpool wrestling.
Stab him for me, please.
But getting back to the croqueta eating contest.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go at this point. I did want to know, Juan, because the one thing that I heard from a lot of eaters is like the Willy Wonka effect, where you get lost in what you're eating because it's so flavorful and rich. And again, going back to having tasted a few croquetas, it was a very intense flavor. Like it really hits you. Anything that you've eaten competitively that you can maybe compare? I know you haven't competed in the croqueta eating contest. Yeah. Anything similar that comes to mind when you hear that type of feedback?
Gyoza for sure. Gyoza. I just get lost in that every time. I always think I'm feeling really good. I'm on a good pace, and all of a sudden I was like, I thought I was like 8-9 plates in. Son of a bee. I'm really not. I'm just finishing my 7th. Son of a bitch.
Like, as a competitor, is there anything? Is that what happens when you get to
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to see if we can find a sponsor. Deadwood Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Nice.
I only pour with label.
Is there any technique, Juan, that you use to try to snap yourself back into it when you hit that Willy Wonka effect?
No, I mean, honestly, I think what I just try to do is maybe even give a little extra squeeze. If I have a bottle, I'll squeeze and kind of splash that water in my face, like kind of like how you normally would wake someone up. You just throw a bunch of water in their, on them, something like that to help me. Or maybe because most of anytime it's happened, it's always later in that contest, and so sometimes I set up songs to kind of wake you back up and amp you and get you going. So stuff like that is really all I can say. I mean, it's only, to my knowledge, it's only been with gyoza. I can't think of anything else that stands out to me. So
we have to get out there.
Oh, please, will you guys just come already? Jesus.
I know. We say that every year.
Mike, like the couple we are. We'll talk about this later.
Later, when we get home.
My mother can hear us.
I do want to close out and pull.
Also, big shouts to Hazard on that video.
His graphic game is off the charts.
Better than everyone but Fink Beats the Stomach.
For sure. I think I'm gonna start filming just to send it to him to edit.
Clearly, he has live updates of the scores, as the logo, it has the timer.
It's so good.
Yeah, little facts that are coming up. Like Major League, if you're not paying Matt Hazard to make videos for you, you should.
You should, yeah.
Podcast for you.
You're dead. Yeah. I mean, we're not very good though. That's the difference between us.
You're great. Look at this. I'm looking at graphics right now.
But of course, congrats to Joey Chestnut. First contest, first win. It's exciting to start to get the year of competitive eating going. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about Adam Beard's Food Moran. But in my opinion, the real competitive eating fans, the big takeaway is Darren Breeden and Matt Hazard bringing their A game to this contest. It was really cool to see. And I do want to, speaking to Matt Hazard,
it is graphics.
And Kate, when she saw this, goes, Matt Hazard, best photos he's ever taken. It was great. So I asked him how he thought he did in his performance. Said third place, 108 croquettes. He's really excited to have performed well at his first El Croquetazo, or as it's in the video,
El Croquetazo.
What a great start to the year. That said, the competitor in me wants more. It's back to the grindstone. Expect an even more improved Hungry Hazard in Owensboro.
Is that the mutton contest?
That is the mutton sandwich eating contest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll probably do really good in that one. That's going to be a strong field, I bet. Derek, Gideon, Esper, Joey. I mean,
Joey, that's the one also nominated for Finky Award for Media Moment of the Year. Joey Undercover.
Oh, that is the weakest media movie.
Yeah, I love that one.
Because it's so bad. I get it. Yeah, it's like when you love a movie because it's so bad.
Or our podcast.
Because it's so bad.
No, it's not bad, guys. It's
Now,
bad.
when is the Owensboro contest? Is that soon?
May 11th.
May
Same
11th.
day as the Denver qualifier.
Perfect. So Juan, you'll be busy. You'll be busy qualifying. So we won't see you there.
Well, yeah, you won't see me there, but I'll be watching it. I think that's an early one. If I remember, that's like noon or 1 in the afternoon, so I'll be able to watch that at least.
Beautiful.
So.
Well, we all can kind of agree. Matt Hazard, he has a great year in front of him. I mean, he was nominated for Rising Star.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing, Darren Breen obviously had a great performance, but he was a little bit more down on himself. He said, my performance at El Croquetazo wasn't the ideal start to the season for me, but I definitely will not let this set the tone for the rest of the year. My capacity is still climbing, and I still feel confident in my eating abilities. All I can really do is learn from this experience and continue to better myself as an eater. Juan, do you think Darren's being too hard on himself, or maybe hiding, maybe a little bit too humble?
1 hour.
Whoa.
You never broke the timer.
Nice. I think he's being a bit hard on himself, but there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, we're always our worst critics. I mean, there's several contests each of us have ever done that we're like, oh, we could have been so much better. I should have done this instead of this. That kid's insane. And there's a good example of someone who I completely trashed in the years past, and him and I are pretty cool now. So, I mean, you know, it's all business. It's not personal, but this guy's gonna have another great year. Let's be real. Sure, this may be his worst performance of the year in his eyes, but I bet he comes back and smashes it at, you know, mutton, and I'm sure there's there's got to be more East Coast this year. Isn't there there's wings and all those? Oh yeah, they just brought. I just saw that. I thought, wow, I was really surprised. He'll be there. I'm sure he'll give Esper a run for his money. So
I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of Darren.
Yeah, he's not quitting. He's not going to
No.
He's not a Carmen Sancati. He's not going to be Sancati in his competitive eating career.
No.
But Juan, what I always appreciate about you, and you've said this on the show before, is that there's Juan Rodriguez and there's Juan Rodriguez. And I always like how during the interview we see both sides of you. I guess going into, we talk a lot about Nathan's, obviously Super Bowl, competitive eating.
Is that similar to the WrestleMania?
The WrestleMania.
Oh my God! Finally, he got it.
World Series.
Is that similar like Deadpool 3? Is it the same thing?
Don't even.
Is it like Avengers Endgame?
Oh God.
Is that it? Is that the name?
Sure. It is the name.
It is Endgame, actually. But
so Juan,
anywho.
going into the 2019 year of competitive eating, we've had, we've interviewed you many times over the years, and I feel like some years we get a little bit more Juan Rodriguez. Going into Nathan, sometimes we get a little bit more. Like it's like both sides.
Yeah.
How do you feel this year, a veteran, Pacific Northwest, in a serious relationship? Any of those affecting you one way or another? Do you think we're going to get more bite or more Juan Rodriguez on July 4th?
Oh, for sure, definitely more Juan Rodriguez, since it's gonna be more bite. Excuse me, because it's gonna be limited appearances this year, so they got to be amped up with every qualifier. With the few contests I do, it's got to be bigger and better, and it's because of being up here. And again, it's not a bad thing. I absolutely love it. It's just I'm gonna compete a little less, and which I'm going to have to push harder in each of those contests. So they mean a lot more to me than it would for someone who competes 12 times a year, who can take a contest off. Well, you know what I mean? So, I got big things in the works. Trying to think of how I can really upset some folks. So
I'm sure you didn't do enough for Adam Beer Meets Food, but tonight we're going to have more bite than Rodriguez, I believe.
Yeah, more bite than Rodriguez. That's the way of putting it.
Hopefully you're not going to bite out more than you can chew.
Oh. I mean,
I'm pretty sure I do that all the time. But,
Juan, I cannot thank you enough for spending now over an hour as the timer that freaked out tells us.
We're over. It doesn't even exist anymore.
It flew by.
Boom! It did. It really did.
It really did.
Thanks for being on. So, I don't know if I should talk to you here as always, but so good to have you on. So good to hear some classic JMB shit talk. I missed that, and it's really good to chat with you.
Yeah, I'm just glad you actually were in for an episode that I did.
Well, now we're on video. You don't know.
We can't like pretend. It's like, oh, his mic's not working.
Yeah, for sure.
But Juan, before we let you go, of course, I want you to plug any social media, like any things that are coming up, like anything you want to big up, like all over the internet, vids, pics, links, what do you got going on?
You know, I'd like to say I'm going to start filming again, but that's probably not happening.
Right.
I'll be doing more Instagram Live, and anytime I do a challenge, like that one burger one with Sarah and Katie, got a good lot of views for being a little nobody like I did. So maybe I'll just do more Instagram Lives. I'm also working on an ebook for plans, so be on the looks for that because I got a lot of knowledge up in here, and who doesn't want to get lessons from this guy who's half naked in a major magazine, unlike half of the people, actually not half, majority of the people in this company. So there's that. I'll be on the looks for that. So that's about pretty much it. I mean, hopefully
What's Twitter name?
Oh, come on, man. At One More Bite. Instagram, at One More Bite. Facebook, One More Bite. Everything, One More Bite, as we all know.
Cross-platforms.
You know, it's easy and better that way. It's even fun that I can have my work actually push my social media for me. That's nice. When by the way, I work at F45 Training out here in Seattle. Check them out. It's the fastest growing studio workouts to date. Over 36 countries. Mark Wahlberg just bought stock in it.
Whoa.
It's a big thing.
And he wakes up at 4 a.m. to work out.
Yeah, so that's what time I wake up to. So we are on the same page. You may be seeing Mark Wahlberg and I doing some hand in hand.
Wahlburgers is right across the street from Nathan's.
I'm just saying we could set that up.
I was just down in Coney Island, and the signage is still there. The signage is still there.
Anyway, you'll figure it out.
Well, come on, man. Why you gotta be that way?
So
I ruined the moment.
One More Bite going from romantic novel cover model to just novelist.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm also want to get back. I really want to get back into that. I got to talk to the photographers again.
Well, I mean, that's where Twilight's at, the Pacific Northwest, right? You got to be getting on these
Twilight reboot.
Oh, so I got to look like a vampire or a werewolf? Got it.
They're paying.
Yo, I'll fire some cash.
Controversy and vampires equals.
You actually may be onto something. Okay.
Just put some fake ones on. They sell them like 99 cents store.
Oh man, come on. Amazon, like we just said. Everything. Amazon.
So check them out at One More Bite, essentially across all social media platforms.
Yeah.
We're not as good as that. We are on Twitter and Instagram at FBTSPod. And if 280 characters just aren't enough, and they should be, they really, really should be, you can send us an email that's an electronic snail mail, and you can do that by sending it to thinkpizzastomach at gmail.com. And James and Juan, if only there was a place with all of the like moving pictures,
Footage.
also the still artwork, and
I
the
wonder.
multiple places across the internet.
URL.
If only there was a place that aggregated all of that.
Now, Juan, you live, again, we've mentioned a bunch of times, you live in the Pacific Northwest. Maybe the second hub of tech on the West Coast behind the Bay Area. Do you happen to know maybe there's a place where you can find vids, pics, links, maybe catch up with old friends? I think
it's called, is it Facebook?
Yo! He knows it!
Dude,
Oh my god.
I woke up.
I think I heard that thing. I think it's called Facebook.
Is it like Cheek Magazine? I couldn't figure it out, but Facebook is what I was thinking. Yeah. So it's facebook.com/thinkbeatstthestomach, and that's a good place to find this as well. Like, big thanks to One More Bite for the assist there. I couldn't think of it.
You are welcome.
I think that's it. I think that's the show.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit off kilter because honestly, this episode flew by.
And we haven't ended the show with someone ever.
Right. So that's even better. So Juan,
First time.
thank you so much for being our first video guest and just being a guest in general. We always appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. You know I always love being on your show, guys. You guys are the best. Look forward to being on for my spotlight.
That's right.
If we're doing them, we'll see.
Oh, come on, man.
Juan, you live in a spotlight, baby. Don't even worry about it.
It's shining.
I want to hear the John Cena music intro for Road to Coney. Come on.
It'll by next episode. But I just focus on getting your video work. So Juan, we thank you for being here and for your support. James, I thank you for putting up the heat that keeps going on. What are we going to do in the summer with how hot it is up
Again,
here?
we'll talk about this later.
But most importantly, the listeners, we want to thank you for listening to and watching this episode of Think Beats the Stomach.
Buenas noches, everybody.